Okay, I'm putting out a video that's very critical of DOA. Apparently, some people are not satisfied and need to be more critical of DOA, which I will be. But good or bad, DOA will slip in some interesting facts and information and truth. Again, it is out of self interest. And of course, he's playing a cynical game, but two things can be true. That said, what is the issue about? Well, it gets more and more weird, and I'm getting conflicting information. So I will good faith still put out the video where I'll say DOA is wrong. He was barking at Pinte Becky, who showed up for his court case. So DOA is finally in court facing all these charges. And it is true that technically it is the state of California, right? He committed certain crimes, allegedly, and California has a case against him. But being somewhat fair, Kendrick Moxon, one of Scientology's head monkey lawyers, really evil guy. He's been implicated in so many evil things. I lose count. The guy is hardcore evil. And it's pretty clear Moxon wants DOA in jail. So we're kind of stuck where DOA is lying to you. He lies most of the time. But when he says that Moxon wants him in jail, isn't that suspicious? Yeah, it's a little suspicious. Apparently, there is confirmation that Becky did speak with Moxon, right? Her story is that she spoke to the DA and has not a clue who Moxon is. That's hard to believe. So it seems more likely she was speaking to the DA and Moxon, trying to get DOA in jail, which is what his conspiracy alleged. Now, DOA and Becky have a lot of bad blood. I myself don't think it's wise to be working with Scientology. That is suspicious, but that is me. But she can speak to whoever she pleases. However, DOA noting that there might be a conspiracy allied against them. Well, apparently there is some truth to it. And now let's get back to being critical to DOA. Don't worry, we're going to be making fun of him quite a lot because his actions and words are kind of misaligning. So after begging fans to really pour in the money, which apparently they did, to legally defend him, out of nowhere, DOA thought a really good thing for his legal defense is buying an e-bike. Now I'm getting on in years, so I'm like, what is an e-bike? I don't even know what that is. Is that one of them scooters? I don't know. I mean, there you go. I'm an old man. But apparently the purchase was a little pricey. But again, if people want to voluntarily give Marissa or DOA or Aaron the money, whatever, it's okay to make fun of him. And apparently a genius boy decided to take the bike out for a ride and he crashed. Yeah, he crashed. He looked kind of dumb and lame. Spent all that money, didn't know how to ride the bike. There you go, Anakins. But if you think we're done with the comedy, no, it's going to get so much worse and more crazy. So, to be fair to DOA, this has become a grifter economy, and it's metastasizing to almost every protester and activist out in LA. Now, there are a few good apples. I don't want to just be like, oh, they're all grifters, they're all stupid. None of them do productive work. Some of them do, but the tangling alliances are pretty awful and evil. So let's just deal with Mindy. And again, it seems like a small thing, but apparently Mindy, not really a consistent activist, is asking people to buy her merchandise. Some of the merchandise does have to do with anti-Scientology, but a lot of it is just help her become a bigger celebrity, make more money, become bigger Mindy, and I guess becoming a bigger Mindy will lead to the end of Scientology or whatever. I mean, it's not much. I mean, this is just very normal now. You go to the anti-Scientology channels. Now, I want to be upfront. I am monetized. I have made a little bit of money. I do get super chats, and I am offering channel memberships. That is it. Now, some people ask, well, can you do the coffee, the Venmo, the whatever? That's all in the process, guys, but I got to double check some things with the phone, security, but I am working on it. So if people want to send additional help that way, they can. I don't have any merchandising. I think I probably could at this point. I mean, YouTubers, even with small followings, can do the merchandising, but I don't know. I want to think about that stuff. Again, I want to be first, just build the channel. I have this channel, other channels. That's my strategy. So, but no shame if she wants to do the merchandise. I will say some of them, though, are really outrageous. Not Mindy, the helicopter. Holy cow, some of her stuff is insanely expensive. Insanely expensive. And Nora is slightly even worse. For those even bother keeping up, Nora changed her channel like officially 3 times. So we technically have 3 merchandising empires. The Oh No Nora, the Raised in Scientology, that's R-A-Z-E-D, not raise like R-A-I-S-E-D, right? The raised. So we've still got some merchandise from the raised era. And now she's, what's up with Nora? So now if you want, guys, you can get the whole set. You can get, oh no, Nora. Try to find those collectibles. They're so valuable and rare. And then get the raised stuff. And then finish off with some, what's up with Nora? And there we go. You put money into Nora's fat butt or whatever. I don't know. It's just getting so silly, so silly. And of course, some people are dreaming up mythologies that DOA is the worst. And DOA is definitely one of the worst. I don't know if he's the worst. They're all pretty bad. But there's this mythology that Streets LA is such a much better guy. He's so pure. Him, merchandising empire? No, no, no. And again, we're gonna be fair, all sides seem to have issues. And with Streets, I'm not sure who judge who is better or who is worse. So Confident Chris, one of the first initial protesters out at the Hollywood Center, his main thing is shadow boxing and showing up at the Big Blue and play acting like he's doing karate lessons. I'm not joking, he does that. He's a little weird, okay? So Streets LA spilled the tea that apparently Confident Chris wanted money to help translate for Streets LA. So if he showed up for the Big Blue, he would be paid $50. And Streets is like, no, I'm not paying you anything. Who do you think you are? I'm Streets LA. I'm Streets LA. I'm Streets LA. I'm a drug dealer every day. Oh yeah, and Streets' latest crusade is fighting a barber shop. I am not joking with you. He wants his followers, apparently me too. We need to stand together against this barber shop. I'm fighting the evil Scientologies, a $4 billion cult, and this barber shop. Yeah, so we're degenerating into clown fest real quick. Now, again, the way I would understand it, Confident Chris speaks Spanish, so I guess he would do the Spanish translation. Por señor Streets, él no habla español buenísimo. No puede hacerlo. Muy malo, muy malo. I mean, I don't know if that's a grift, though. I mean, right? I mean, you're paying for a service. Streets LA. And by the way, to be fair to him, he didn't grow up in LA, right? He grew up in New York. So, you know, he was never around Hispanic or Spanish people because there are no Hispanic Spanish people in New York. Anyway, so the guy's just lazy. And his Spanish, though, is pretty weak. I mean, it goes to El Sacta, Voy a derte, El Sacta, Scientology Secta. Yeah, so the bro needs to work on his Spanish lessons, which he's not going to do because he's lazy. Okay, so Confident Chris wanted some money to do the El Español por el jefe, por el maestro. Patrice like, I am outraged, sir. Money for protesting? Who heard of that? Alrighty then. So let's see. Checklist. DOA bike. Oh, let's add relatable Reese. Let's do a little cameo with her. Her big thing is cutely hinting that Huxley, who I'm sure at this point has tons of gifts and tons of money, as Huxley's trying to be many things. He's playing the baseball. He's trying to be a weightlifter. He's like an Arnold Michael Jordan Schwarzenegger. And he needs your help, guys. He needs a little bit more money. Gosh darn it. A normal bat for $20? Yeah, I could afford it, but you guys could give me like $1,000 for a bat. And there we goes. Alrighty then, but again, I don't want to be acting too pure, right? I do get super chats. You guys can, if you want to, join the channel's membership program. That helps me a lot, guys. Any little bit. They cut back my hours. The hours should get better. We're getting near July. I mean, everyone gets more hours near July. So hopefully I always get, maybe down the road, one or two good paychecks. But then I really got to work and get a part-time job. So and I already have a part-time job. So it's crazy. It's brutal out there. So I appreciate any help. And if people do want to ask for money, there's no shade in that. I guess just be upfront with what you're doing. What I'm doing is, what I've always done is I research fandoms. Now I'm doing more stuff with true crime and cults. So the subject has shifted slightly, but the core of the channel is I do research on lore, fandoms, write text, movements. I give you the info and research, but I need to be subsidized. It's a tragic thing. Books and things cost money, guys. Articles, these all cost money. And if you could help subsidize that and, you know, just feed my mouth, that would be great. That's what I've done from the get-go. That's what I'm still doing. Hopefully things won't change there. These other people, though, anti-Scientology has always been a cash cow. That's what it was from the first day. That's what it is now. I honestly got into it because I was just curious. I wanted to help people. I saw documentaries on it. I was horrified. That's me. Apparently, I was the sucker and moron for not cashing out like these other people, creating grifter echo chambers. Hey, you live and learn. You live and learn. We should be honest with ourselves that DOA is not the worst, and also if DOA magically disappears, this grifter economy is going to be here for a while. Now, Mindy is kind of like, in the middle, because she's gaslighting people and lying all the time, and her association with Lara really destroys a lot of her credibility, especially when she plays, guys, stop pulling me in all the drama. Me and Lara, we're just so focused on our activism saving children's. Oh, you mean Lara? Lara who gatekeeps? Lara who lies? Lara does a lot of dead agent packages behind the scenes. That Lara? Lara who hung out with Danny Masterson? That pure angel? That Lara? Right. Rightio, rightio. But again, I don't even have the money, so I can't even purchase this merchandise, even if I wanted to. Even mocking it just to pay for it, just to show it to you guys and just burn it or destroy it or just make fun of them. But it is what it is. We have a market economy. You are free to sell your wares, but you're also free to be mocked at. And if you do it in a certain manner, I mean, some people are going to call it fake activism. I would call it fake activism, or just really pathetic late stage Spektakulismus, as the Germans would say, or at least German Marxists would say, probably.